How excited are you? We do not do this around here very often, Chris Cote, because I feel like the Dolphins have had a couple of days to enjoy. We're the team that matters in the league. Hooray, everyone's talking about us. It's been 20 years. But they're headed into a buzzsaw, and all it is that I'm hoping for is that Miami is too hot for the Bills in the fourth quarter, because I want to be optimistic about this, but Buffalo has looked so overwhelming that it tempers my enthusiasm on previewing what would be the game of the weekend. And I wonder if the country is also still just saying the Baltimore game, yeah, we saw it, that was interesting, but it was a quarter and you were down at the half. And I've seen how overwhelming and impenetrable Buffalo looks. So I'm riding with Buffalo coming down here. And what are they now? -6? Are they? Is the
-6, I believe. Yeah. 5.5, 6, something like that. But they've outscored their opponents 72-17, 2 games in.
Rams and Titans also. It's not just outscoring opponents. It's outscoring opponents we've seen be good last year.
I hear a lot of people saying the Ravens lost that game. The Dolphins didn't win that game, which is ludicrous. The Dolphins went out and won that game. Tua had a great fourth quarter, had a great game. And I'm a little disappointed in our staff because as a show, okay, we finally have an exciting team and an exciting game in our backyards. And all we're doing here is, hey, I hope it's too hot for Buffalo in the fourth quarter. It's a home game in the NFL. It's a big divisional matchup. The Dolphins could easily win this game. And I'm disappointed because you guys are saying, hey, I'll take 35-32. I'll take a loss. No, go out and beat the Buffalo Bills. I mean, this is a big game. We should be excited for this game.
I agree with you. Football is going to football. They've had 2 big blowout wins. They're due to have a close game. But Stugotz, they've been by far the most impressive team so far. So it's not that crazy to.
I know.
I'm going to take at 2-1 with this tough schedule to start the season. If they play any kind of close game, I'm not going to be disappointed. Unless Tua just looks terrible, but I'm confident that with McDaniel, I think I'm with Stugotz. I think this is going to be a close game.
Okay, so you're not as scared as I am of Buffalo coming in here. And
NFL's going to NFL, Dan.
Well, home dogs have been very good. Whittingham has noticed in the first couple of weeks that home dogs have come in, and he has won some money betting home dogs, but he was worried about getting Miami this week. Because you don't ever want to bet the home dogs with a lot of confidence. I don't feel like they're home dogs. When Chicago's playing
home dogs for a reason.
When Chicago's playing San Francisco at home, this kind of home dog, I don't think there have been many that it's not. The money is coming in on, we don't believe that Miami is as good as Buffalo. And while you do the very easy thing of taking the position for our local audience, hey, the NFL is hard. Football's gonna football. There are good and valid reasons to be scared of Buffalo.
I can make the argument that you're taking the easy stance, saying that Buffalo, clearly the best team so far, is going. Like, you're nervous about that. Like, we're taking the more difficult stance, saying that this Dolphins team can compete with Buffalo.
Yeah.
So,
Seattle over Denver, Geno Smith. I mean, stuff happens in the NFL, Dan.
I'm not sure.
Home dogs also lose.
Football's going to football.
I know. Oh, I know, Mike.
Yeah.
I like pounding favorites on the road.
There were 2 home dogs. I think there were 2 home dogs last week, and they split. One was the Jags, who haven't lost to the Colts at home in like 8 years.
The Cowboys won as a home dog. The Saints lost as a home dog.
So there were 3. Yeah, there were 3.
I think there was another one in there somewhere.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect entering this game. So I think being optimistic about Miami's chances is a good thing. And you'll see what the gulf is. You'll come crashing back. If you win this game, you could actually start having division conversations. There's a scenario inside, because of how that sport is, that Miami could be the second best team in this conference, as plenty of teams have been over like the history of the AFC North over the last 20 years, and they're not going to get a home game the entire NFL playoffs. So there's huge implications to this. Josh Allen always plays well. You want to count on it being too hot for the Bills as a strategy. It's always been hot for the Bills when they come down here. They haven't seemed to have much trouble with that quarterback.
My skepticism is earned, Chris, and the reason I'm asking the question the way that I'm asking it is because I'm surprised that you're not still scared. That one quarter has now allowed for you to go the entire other way of not being scared of this game, when being this game your entire adult life. The Dolphins get exposed in this game when they play St. Louis in the greatest show on turf, and they're like 6-0 or 7-1 or whatever they are. They always get exposed in this game. They rarely show you, oh yeah, we're the cream of the league after 3 weeks. We're going to have everyone talking about us because we just knocked off what was clearly looking like the best team in the league.
Look, the Dolphins, if I'm ever going to feel confident about this game with the Bills, it's going to be after last week's game. Like, that's it. Like, I'm with you. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. The Bills are scary as shit. But I'm feeling high after this game, and I just want them to keep it close. Like, I'm with you. Like, I'm just kind of being a hopeful fan right now. You're saying this Bill team is scary. That's why McDaniel should be saying to his team, this is our moment. If we win this game, like, I know everyone's kind of thinking,
I think he's saying that.
Was it the Ravens? Was it us winning? Like, what happened last week? If you win this game, no matter what the game looks like, then you are going to be, okay, this team is something. So, like, you have a chance to make a statement to the league on Sunday.
If you're just breaking down the numbers, though, in terms of pass efficiency, Buffalo is the best defense in the league. In terms of getting to the quarterback, they're one of the best defenses in the league. Their quarterback is really good when he faces pressure. Tua's in the 20s right now in passing efficiency when they get home and he has to make a play in there. In terms of a matchup, I'm just looking at matchups. There's a reason why the Bills have played well against Miami. They match up well, and this is the best incarnation of the Bills that we've seen. I think there should be a lot of points. You can be excited if Miami keeps pace. If they get out in front, you'd trust a Mike McDaniel running game to keep the league, but the running game has been bad this year. I think that's a main surprise for me, how bad the running game has been. I don't think they can keep that pocket clean because they haven't necessarily shown it yet, and Von Miller and Greg Rousseau and company have been super disruptive. So I'd expect Buffalo to win this game, and I'd be encouraged if Miami can keep pace.
The key to containing the Bills is to keep Josh Allen in the pocket. I'm interested to see how the Dolphins defense with this style of like 7 or 8 guys up at the line and like 6 of them are going to come, one's going to drop back. I'm interested how that will contain. I wonder if they'll switch it up, maybe not show as much. I don't know the X's and O's on how you contain Josh Allen, but with the Dolphins blitzing, they blitz, I believe, still more as much as anybody in the league. So I'm just interested how that will work.
Who are you going to bet, Stugotz? Because I'm
taking the Dolphins.
You love taking big
to win the game outright.
You love when you said earlier
Money
this
line.
week, Josh Allen has mastered the position, is what you came in here and said. And the reason I keep going to Chris Cote on this is because I'm so used to Dolphin fans tempering their expectations so it hurts less. I've become used to I know that sports is supposed to be about hope. You hope about your team, and the Dolphins gave you more hope last Sunday than they have in many years. But very often the scarred fan protects him or herself against disappointment by lowering the expectations.
Sure.
Chris Cote, you're all in, buddy, whether you know it or not.
Well, he's saying keep it close,
No, but
and that's
it's-
lowering
well, but- no, but I
expectations.
I think his expectations are actually higher entering this game. I think he's moved up on his expectations. But if you want to talk about expectations, you're talking about the Buffalo Bills, where the expectation is Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
Buffalo.
You just
Super
want us
Bowl
all
or
to be
bust.
miserable, Dan.
Yeah.
You
I'm
want us
gonna
all to hate our football teams.
I'm
I
in
don't
a
want to be scared.
I'm in a
I'm
pool.
excited.
I'm in a pool where I have to take spreads, and they've picked the biggest games in the one. So I'm assuming Dolphins Bills is going to be that game. I'm going to take the Bills.
I'd be insulted on behalf of Dolphin fans, too, by the way, because the national game, I also think that this is the biggest game of the football weekend, but the national CBS game in that time slot
Packers Bucks.
is no. The national TV game on CBS in that time slot,
in that slot,
is
right.
Chiefs at Colts.
Yes.
What? It's a
Colts are
slap in
bad.
the face. It's
Yeah.
a slap in the face. It's
Yeah.
Bills Dolphins right now. Battle for the AFC East.
It's not just that. It's that they're going to put on television as much as they can the guys who are making the standard harder than it's been for Tua. They're going to put on the Mahomeses, and I would assume in the future, Josh Allen and the Bills may have caught them off guard as an explosive franchise that's going to start scoring 30 and 40 points a game. But Josh Allen and Mahomes, Stugotz, you have the perfection of the position from the previous incarnation, which is Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, and they're still playing, holding on to the end of how the position has been played the best. But it seems pretty obvious when you're watching either Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Well, Tua's not in there yet.
I mean, 6 touchdowns.
All right,
Leads the NFL in passing.
I want so badly for Stugotz in the bucket of death to get the Dolphins on the first pick because I think he's going to throw it right back. I think he's just playing the popular position.
I'm not, Dan. This team is, listen, they have 2 really good wide receivers. Mike is right about the running game because really the best defense against Josh Allen is the running game, is keeping him off the field. Mostert got it going a little bit
Or going
last
shot
week.
for shot with him like Mahomes did.
Or listen, if they go shot for shot, that would be amazing. I think we'd all be excited, even if they lost that game. I'm just saying it's a big game and we should be excited. And you have a new coach, and in his first 2 games as a head coach in the NFL, who'd he beat? Bill Belichick and John Harbaugh. Like, we should be excited for this.
It's big if they can get a couple impact plays early on, and Buffalo becomes pretty one-dimensional. I'm not even sure that's better or worse for them because they struggle more running the ball. You almost want them to feel like they have some kind of control for the game so they can let you creep back into it. I don't really know. From a betting perspective, if I'm looking at the efficiency stats and how the historical matchups have played out, I think Buffalo's a play, but I'm not going to play them. I'd say the over. It might be the fun one to take right now because I don't see any way you can stop Josh Allen, at least based off of this year, right? Miami's defense hasn't shown you, well, no defense has shown you that they can disrupt Josh Allen, not the defending champs and not the defending 1 seed.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Because I'm staring at Stugotz, and I believe that he's simply playing to the local audience. I'm staring at him, and he's moving his face and back to me.
I can't even look at you.
Because I don't know if he's sincere or not, and I question so much about him in general. And Dolphin fans have questioned so much about the Dolphins in general that a swaggering bravado headed into week 3. It's something that I don't totally trust. But Roy, you're just going to go and watch another movie on Sunday, right? You're
Most likely, yeah.